In the vast expanse of the arid and barren Sahara Desert lies an ancient city that has stood as a silent witness to the journey of Islamic knowledge and civilization for centuries. The ever-expanding desert slowly engulfs this city, burying its buildings and threatening the survival of its people. This city is Chinguetti, located in Mauritania, West Africa. Chinguetti has long been known as a center of Islamic scholarship, a place where the tradition of memorizing the Quran and studying Islamic literature has flourished for generations. Here, children begin memorizing the Quran from an early age, spending their time under tents or in simple houses filled with classical manuscripts and ancient texts. In this city, memorizing the Quran is not only a religious duty, but also a cultural identity and a source of family pride. For this reason, children are guided to memorize the holy book using unique methods that have been passed down from generation to generation. To aid their studies, students use a wooden board called law, coated with chalk or clay, so that verses can be written and erased repeatedly. The teacher writes verses of Quran on the board, and the student recites them over and over until they are memorized. Once mastered, the board is wiped clean and filled with new verses to be learned. Every morning, students gather in halakha or study circles under the guidance of a sheikh or teacher. They recite their memorization aloud while the teacher listens carefully, correcting mistakes when necessary. Verses that have been memorized are reviewed daily, so they will not be forgotten. Memorizing Quran in Chinguetti is not confined to madrasas or religious schools. It is also practiced at home. Families play a vital role in supporting their children's learning. Parents often listen to their children's recitations and encourage them to stay motivated in their memorization journey. In Chinguetti, a person's status is not measured by wealth or rank, but by how much of the Quran and other Islamic texts they have memorized. Those who have completed the memorization of the Quran are highly respected within the community. A Hafiz or Quran memorizer is often entrusted to lead prayers, teach religion, or even take on leadership roles in society. There is also a unique tradition. A groom who has memorized the Quran is more easily accepted by the family of his future bride. Mastery of the holy book is regarded as a sign of good character and strong religious understanding. Beyond the Quran, the people of Chinguetti deeply respect other branches of Islamic knowledge. Scholars in the city not only memorize the holy text, but also study jurisprudence, Quranic exegesis, hadith, and Arabic grammar. Among the works most studied in Chinguetti are Al-Muwatta by Imam Malik, a highly influential book of hadith and jurisprudence; Mukhtasar Khalil, a Maliki jurisprudence text that became the primary reference in West Africa; Al-Ajurumiyya, a foundational grammar text often taught to beginners. Through mastery of the Quran and classical Islamic literature, Chinguetti scholars became renowned across the Middle East and the broader Muslim world. Since ancient times, Chinguetti was also an important hub on the trans-Saharan trade route, linking West Africa with the Arab world. Founded around the 8th or 9th century, during the rapid expansion of Islam in North Africa, it began as a small settlement for caravans crossing the desert, located in present-day Mauritania. It became a key stop for traders carrying gold, salt, and other goods between West Africa and the Arab world. Over time, it grew into a major center of Islamic learning. By the 13th to 15th centuries, Chinguetti had earned the title the City of Libraries, as nearly every household possessed valuable collections of Islamic manuscripts. These texts were not limited to religion alone, but also covered subjects such as mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and philosophy. However, despite its rich tradition of Quran memorization and scholarship, Chinguetti faces a serious challenge: desertification. The ever-expanding Sahara continues to consume houses, streets, and even historical sites that have stood for centuries. This is not only an ecological threat, but also endangers the survival of an Islamic heritage that has lasted for over 1,000 years. The lack of serious efforts to combat desertification has worsened the situation. Rising temperatures, decreasing rainfall, and increasingly dry soil prevent vegetation from growing. With no plants to hold the soil, sand is easily carried away by strong winds. The Sahara is infamous for its powerful sandstorms, or habub, which damage ancient buildings. Many priceless manuscripts in libraries are at risk as sand and dust infiltrate their walls. Meanwhile, the traditional livelihood of Chinguetti's people, raising camels, sheep, and goats, also contributes to the problem. Overgrazing by large herds strips the land of vegetation, leaving it bare and vulnerable to erosion. The cutting of trees for firewood further worsens the loss of greenery that once helped preserve soil moisture. As a result, more and more people are leaving Chinguetti in search of better lives in larger cities. With fewer residents remaining, there are fewer hands to protect and preserve the environment, accelerating the city's decline. Today, desertification continues to threaten the survival of Chinguetti, a city that once stood as a beacon of Islamic learning in the heart of the Sahara.